Peace River Wildlife Center is a nonprofit wildlife rehabilitation facility. They treat orphaned and injured native Florida wildlife and release the healthy animals back out into the wild.
Just like this one here today with how you can help these orphaned and injured animals is Robin Jenkins. She's a veterinarian and the general manager at PRWC. Great to have you back.
Thanks for having us.
I love that he was kind of napping during the break, and I love you said he sounds kind of like a pterodactyl, which my favorite comment was Carly said, I kind of sound like that when I don't get any sleep.
Don't we all? Look how cute this little girl is. You're feeding her with a bottle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of explain the story with how you guys got her.
She was found at the base of a tree by a young couple, probably just a couple days old. And
just her?
Just her. They left her there, assuming that Mom was up in the tree. Mom would come down and pick her and take her back up in to the nest, and she never did. Aww. So they wrapped her up in a towel and brought her to the wildlife center, and she had a huge swelling in her abdomen. We weren't really sure if she had a broken bone from the fall or something was wrong, but she... You know, we put a bottle near her and she started doing this.
Okay.
And that's actually kind of unusual. It's hard to transition raccoons onto a bottle at first.
In a situation like that, you know, if you, like the couple did, they saw something, do you leave it for a couple days? What's the rule? To kind of see if Mom comes back?
Or for a few hours, step away. Because if you're standing there watching it, she'll never come back. But, you know, if you can, leave it there for a few hours, keep an eye on it from a distance, you know, and see if Mom will come back for the baby. Because that's really the best thing.
How many babies do they have? Do they normally just have one?
No, they normally have a few.
Okay.
Yeah. So she probably had some other ones up in the nest. I don't know if this guy was injured when she fell, but she had a really bad hernia. The abdominal wall was ruptured, and her intestines were just pooching out under her skin over here. So we had to take her to surgery. We've named her Elle, E-L-L-E, because she has an L-shaped scar on her belly here, and it's healing very well. She eats like a champ.
So will she be able to go back out into the wild?
She will be released.
Really?
As soon as she's old enough, yeah.
Well, and I love she's such a newborn. Her eyes aren't even open yet. How adorable is that?
Well, and talk a little bit about the other animals that you guys are, you know, helping to get back to healthy conditions so you can release them as well. I know last time you heard birds, you had a lot of birds.
Right. Spring and summer is just a crazy time for baby birds, baby mammals. We, you know, rehabilitate them, grow them until they're ready to be released into the wild, and then get them back out where they belong.
Yeah. We're seeing some owl friends.
Right.
Do you have a lot of owls? Because there are some animals that are not able to go back out into the wildlife.
That's
and
right.
Do you keep them there? Their new home is with you?
We have a little over 115, I think, at last count, permanent residents at the Wildlife Center that can't fend for themselves out in the wild for whatever reason. Birds missing a wing, part of a wing, and eyes, couldn't eat, couldn't feed themselves out in the wild. They're permanent residents at the center, and there's her picture for the pooch. You know,
Does she have a cone like the dogs
look
do?
like that,
What is that on the top of?
It's an anesthesia mask.
Oh,
that was right before her surgery.
She was found?
And that was right after her surgery.
Oh, wow.
So you are able to kind of put them, you know, put them to sleep essentially for the surgery?
Sure, we knock them out. Yep.
And Robin, for all of the animal lovers out there like myself who want to come in, you really can use a lot of volunteers, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have about 9 paid employees there and over 100 volunteers.
Wow.
Volunteers are really what keeps us going. That and the donations. We get no state or federal funding, so we really rely on people to help us out. And
and I think that's so important for people to know too, because you know, without that, there would be nothing to help the animals. You wouldn't have anything to.
And it's really the only smart way to get to cuddle with one of these guys, because they do not make good pets. Lots of people have tried, and they've all proven it time and time again. They do not make good pets.
Are they pretty important though for our wildlife system?
Absolutely. And for the? We've really got to do what we can to keep every species that's out there in the cycle, so the circle of life.
How long do you think until she opens her eyes? She's going to open it and think, my mom looks a little different.
Well, that's the only reason that I can bring her out here and parade her around right now. She can't hear and see us. She has no idea what's going on. As soon as she starts to open her eyes and see what's going on, we cloister them away so they don't see people.
Wow.
They'll see one person, and we usually try to keep that contact to an absolute minimum, just to feed them, clean them.
Fascinating. fascinating.
Yeah.
I always learn something when you're here, Robin.
Because we want to keep them wild.
Yeah.
They're wild animals. They're not pets.
Well, make sure you come out. When are you guys open? When can
We
people
are
come
open
out this
from
summer?
11 to 4, 7 days a week. We're open holidays.
Holidays too. My goodness.
Right, and we are an outdoor facility, so if
All
it's
right.
storming, raining, you know, you might get a
We
little
wish her the
Robin,
best of
thank
luck.
you so much. Bye, Elle.
Up next, get ready for a real estate revolution.
The expert with your real estate best buys is back, and this time he is ready to shake up some homes and how they are bought and sold here in Southwest Florida.